Welcome to Open Wood Shop. I'm Paul, and today I'm stepping out of the shop for a bit to make some lip balm from the beeswax that comes from our beehives. Starting as a way to use the increasing collection of beeswax, I now have this growing kit of ingredients and tools. There are plenty of recipes on the internet. I only make a small amount, about 5 or 6 tubes at a time, so that I can make different types and experiment with various recipes. The tubes and almost everything else I use here came from Amazon, of course, and I'll list the links below. You can be pretty flexible with the ingredient amounts. For this batch, I take out my gram scale and measure out about 5 grams or so of shea butter. I also measure out about 10 grams of olive oil. A common ingredient for lip balm is vitamin E, and one of the things that olive oil has is a lot of natural vitamin E. Next, I measure out about 10 grams of coconut oil, another common lip balm ingredient. Beeswax is one of the main ingredients in most kinds of lip balm. Depending on how much you put in will determine how hard or how soft your lip balm is. Too much and the balm won't go on your lips. Too little and it's an oily mess. I've rendered this wax once, but it still needs to be filtered, so I made this basket and I'm using a paper towel as the filter. Coffee filters don't work because they almost immediately plug up as the wax quickly starts to harden. Sometimes I use a piece of cloth like an old but clean cotton t-shirt. After the wax is filtered and hardens, I measure out about 7 grams or so of the wax. On most of my other recipes I was using about 8 grams and the balm was noticeably harder than when I used 7 grams. Personally, I think I prefer it with the 7 grams. Usually a double boiler is used to melt the beeswax, but because I'm only doing small amounts, I forgo the trouble and just use the microwave. If I were making larger amounts, I definitely would double boil because it takes a long time to melt the wax in the microwave. And oh yeah, that measuring cup is hot. After 2 minutes, it's not completely melted, but it will be pretty quickly. And now is when I mix in the shea butter, coconut oil, and olive oil. Everything else melts really quickly, so I need to put it back into the microwave for about 15 seconds. Today I'm adding orange oil. Not everybody likes that kind of thing, but I enjoy the scent. I usually use a pipette to measure out the drops, but I'll be careful and, oh well, I guess this time it's going to be some pretty orangey balm. Finally, it's time to fill the tubes. And there are different ways that this can be done, but again, because I'm making a very small amount, I just use pipettes. It can be a little hard to see where the top of the melted liquid is. I keep coming back and adding a little more as I go along, and as it cools it can sometimes shrink down, making a little hole in the center. You can add more liquid, scrape it off to make it flat, or just leave it as it is. Squeezing the remainder of the balm out of the tip before it hardens will give you a few more uses out of your pipettes. After about an hour, I'm back. Although they are a little more expensive, I really like these clear labels, and judging by the reaction of people when I give them the lip balm, I think it makes a good impression. It's okay to put them on before filling the tubes. One nice thing about using clear labels is that they're very forgiving if you don't get them on just right. The tops go on, and the last thing I do before they go out the door is to mark a number on the bottom. This is a batch number that I then record into my recipe list. Anyway, that's one way to make lip balm. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and visit my websites listed below to see more projects that come out of the Open Wood Shop. Your comments are always welcome, and until next time, enjoy your day.